Hey everyone, Kyle from the Bolt Bros here, and I just kind of want to take a few moments to recap what's been going on in the AFC West. Now, we all know there's been some huge blockbusters trades going on right now. Starting with the Broncos, we have Russell Wilson moving to the Broncos, and this is a big deal because clearly the Broncos were struggling at the quarterback position for a few years. Ever since Peyton Manning left, they've kind of been really lackluster in that position. Now, with this pickup, that really puts them in the league to be a contender for the playoffs and potentially Super Bowl. I don't know. They still got a lot of holes to fill, and that trade actually has decimated their future picks with the draft. Very much like the Rams type of move where they just F them picks. So, then moving on, another pickup that they got, which I really liked, was DJ Jones from the 49ers. So he's a really solid defensive tackle, and he was one of the top 5 run stoppers in all the league. And we all know that as a Chargers, we had the worst experience blocking the run last year. So I really wanted this guy. I'm sad that he went to the Broncos, but I think we'll address our own issues at the line on the offense to prevent him from being too much of a threat for us. However, thinking about that though too, he puts up some solid numbers on getting to the quarterback right there in the defensive tackle position by putting up total 40 solo sacks last year with 16 assists as well. And 10 of those were tackles for loss. So he gets it in there with good penetration and gets through that line. Now moving on, the Broncos also picked up another guy. Now this one was kind of a head scratcher for me. Randy Gregory from the Cowboys, and they paid a lot of money for him. It's a 5-year deal for $70 million. I'm not exactly sure what they're looking at because if you ask me, his stats don't really stack up to be paid that much. I mean, what is this guy? I don't know. Maybe you guys can let me know and drop it down. And if you know more about this guy, be sure to let me know because I'm curious and I want to know more. But last year and all years prior, he gets maybe about 15, maybe 10 on average, solo tackles a year combined, maybe in the 20s. Not that he gets a lot of quarterback hits, but not a whole lot of actual sacks. And so I'm like, I mean, yeah, that's nice that he can actually put pressure on the quarterback and get them to scramble around, but we got some scrambler quarterbacks. Russell Wilson's got legs. Freaking Justin Herbert's got legs. Patrick Mahomes got legs. He ain't going to be able to catch him. Sure, he can hit him. Okay, whatever. But we're still going to get that touchdown, baby. Don't worry about that. Bolt up. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's really the only ones that I wanted to talk about with the Broncos. Let's move on to the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't even know what the hell that was. Whatever. So in the great words of the Bolt God, they quiet. They ain't got much to do right now. But the biggest thing that they are not doing is apparently they are not signing Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, at all. And I think that's kind of a mistake because he's a pretty dang good freaking player, and they should really keep that guy. But instead, what they did instead is that they signed Justin Reed from the Texans as a safety for 3 years and $31 million. I don't really know, man. I mean, yeah, he's younger. Yeah, Honey Badger's older. So this guy may have a little bit more upside potential, but he's not stacking up to the stats that freaking Honey Badger's got. I don't know, man. I think this could be a good deal. Maybe he'll pick up, a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's a better choice than the Honey Badger. But maybe Honey Badger wanted a lot more money than he did, so they just got to move. And the biggest thing is too is that Patrick Mahomes, his contract is ridiculous coming up. Each year it goes up like another $10 million or whatever. So he may be kind of doing the same thing that Aaron Rodgers is doing, and that is preventing the Chiefs from having a lot more money for other players and stuff like that. So I really think they should adjust his contract and be like, hey, listen, we got to get some more weapons for you. If you want to get another Super Bowl, you know what you got to do. Okay, well, let's see. Let's just move on from this guy. I don't know. But the Chiefs, they certainly seem to be losing a lot of ground as far as their potential to win the AFC West continually, more and more. But the other good thing that I think they did was that they franchise tagged Orlando Brown. So he doesn't seem to be like a fantastic player, but he's definitely a solid player. And he's got a lot of upside potential, and they want to keep that position for the left tackle or right tackle position. So because the first 2 years he played right tackle for Baltimore, and then these recent years he's played as left tackle. Last year at Baltimore he played left tackle. This year, previous year he played as tackle. So he kind of switched up back and forth, whatever was needed. So we'll see where he ends up in 2022 and what goes on. Moving on to the freaking Raiders. It kind of makes me feel weird to talk about them, but it's the AFC best. We got to talk about everybody. The Raiders made some big waves late today, guys. I'm sorry to say, but they of course picked up Davante Adams. And that's a kind of wild one for me too, because Green Bay actually tried to give him straight up a franchise tag, but he saw that contract and he just freaking wiped his butt with it. He just said, nope, I'm gonna show you how I sign this business. Throw it out, man. So, and I think really, like I said before, I think that was an Aaron Rodgers thing. He saw what they gave Aaron Rodgers. He probably wanted something similar, and he saw all these other contracts going out to other wide receivers. Hell, even what we paid Mike Williams, but Green Bay couldn't pay Davante Adams that too. So he said, all right, peace out then. And so the Raiders are willing to pay him a healthy chunk of cash. And they also gave away two picks, a first round draft pick and a second round draft pick. Now, I think that's a lot too, but I mean, I think this is a growing trend because of the Rams. Because the Rams won the Super Bowl after a couple of years of doing this same thing, a lot of other teams are going to give up their picks, and I think that it's kind of a good idea, but it's also a bad idea. So I mean, especially when all these other teams are doing it, what is that going to do? And for the league, we're going to have a bunch of old fogies on the field. I mean, old fogies are a relative term. 30 is definitely not that old, but in football terms, that's pretty dang old, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, but yeah, Davante Adams, he's a stud. Make no doubts about that. He put up 1,553 yards last year, 123 receptions, 11 touchdowns. Come on, man. He's out there. He's a baller straight up and through. But the problem is he's got David Carr throwing the ball to him. That dude, look, AFC Best has some of the nastiest defensive lines right now. Derek Carr is the least scrambly quarterbacks in the entire league. That dude's going to be on the dirt more than he's going to be throwing balls. I'm telling you that right now. You heard it here first. That fool's going to have grass all up and down his visor, all up and down his pants. He's going to, he ain't going to know which way is up when it comes to the actual games. I'm telling you that right now. Anyways, good move for the Raiders to pick him up. I think it's going to be helpful for them a ton. So, but then a couple of other pickups that they see is I actually really liked Rock Ya-Sin as well for pickup from the Colts. Mostly more because they really did need more help in that cornerback position. I don't see his stats being like very impactful. Because he threw out some solo tackles here and there. A couple assists, but he's a good player. That's all I know about him. So I think that's pretty decent. But they're paying a pretty nice chunk of cash for him as well. It seems like. Oh, actually, no, it was a trade. Sorry. Oh, I was confused here. I was thinking of Chandler Jones. Now that's a pretty good pickup as well. So they picked him up from the Cardinals. What I really liked about him, I would have loved for him to join the Chargers as well, but we didn't. After we got Khalil Mack, we didn't really need another one because we have Joey Bosa on the other side. But Chandler Jones, he's got a combined group of tackles for 41, and he's older. Keep in mind. So the Raiders aren't just looking for old youngins and stuff like that, and the same with the Chiefs. They're not just looking for youngins. This guy's a veteran, and so he knows what to do. And last year he got 10.5 sacks. That's pretty dang impressive. And so and he got 31 solo tackles and 10 assists on top of that, 12 tackles for a loss. So, and 26 quarterback hits. Now, like I said before, we got a bunch of scramblers in this league, in this division, AFC best, baby. So we'll see how this thing shakes out. I don't know, but that's just getting started. I'm sure there's still a whole lot going on in the back, and I know, as far as the Chargers go, we all know what's going on with us, but it's always good to know what's going on with the enemy and to see who they got and what our needs are. But my biggest thing about today's trade with the Raiders, though, is I'm really excited to see J.C. Jackson versus Davante Adams twice a year. I think they're going to have a really good time, and I think it's going to be really fun to watch what they do with each other. I think it's going to be really good too because J.C. Jackson's going to be training up against Keenan Allen all the time, who is also one of the top route runners in the league, on par with Davante Adams, I believe. So it'll be really good, and I think J.C. Jackson will be able to pick up on Davante Adams' fakes and his little jukes and all his little moves, you know what I'm saying? But he's going to be able to pick him up, and he's going to be able to smash that fool. So I think I'm really excited. But I'm going to also say this too. I don't think Davante Adams is going to get 1,500 yards this year. Not from us. He might get... I'm going to say he may get 1,100. He's still going to have a 1,000-yard season, but he's going to have significantly less from last year because, as we believe, the AFC is much tougher of a division than the NFC is. And especially now, the AFC West is the best. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be straight up. I think we're going to have one of the top, games of all year, every game. We're going to see a lot of Thursday night games. We're going to see a lot of Monday night games. We're going to see a lot of Sunday night games. I'm excited. I got season tickets. I'm going to be there in every single one. Well, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm really excited about this, guys. This is developing up really well, and thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, share with your friends, and you know what we always say? Bolt Bros, let's go!